married woman, your husband has at one time or severally said these words to you? Have you ever had a man, your husband, tell you, Sina Pesa? Sina Pesa sai? It's a very common culture among Kenyan husbands. Eh? I call it the Sina Pesa culture. And little do you know how it hurts your wives. There are men who are just known to be very stingy. It is natural. It is just in them. Not to say that he will not take care of his responsibilities. He will. He will pay for all the major bills in the house. He will make sure all the bills are sorted out. But he will not give his wife money. Atasema, sina pesa. Yet, on the flip side, when he's saying sina pesa, he has money for a drink, has money to buy himself something fancy, has money to take himself on trips out of town. But the minute his wife needs some extra money, sina pesa. If his child asks him for money, go ask your mother. Let me share with you a story that yesterday, I sat down and looked at this gentleman and I was wondering, what is wrong with you? Because yesterday I was entertaining a client, Jana. We were having a few drinks. And I noticed his phone kept on ringing over and over and over again. It was his wife calling him. And when he finally picked, he explained this to me and told me his wife asked him for 20K because she wanted to attend a rurashio for her friend in Kitale that was happening tomorrow. Guess what he told her? Sina pesa. So we sat down there and the wife tried calling again and he got at some point was getting upset. I'm saying, but I've told you sina pesa. Now what do you want me to do? And this is where something strange happened. Because of the nature of the discussion we were having, I had to invite a female colleague to come and assist us in whatever we were discussing. And she came. And when she came, this same man who was telling his wife sina pesa, he bought her a bottle of vodka. Akamnunulia chakula. Even paid for her taxi back home. He ended up spending about 18,000 on this colleague of mine. And this is what I did not understand. And men do this a lot. When their wives ask for money, the response is, sina pesa. But you're willing to spend on other women, you're willing to spend on friends, you're willing to spend, but your wife asks you, sina pesa. And that's why this morning I want to find out, why are some married men so stingy? And ladies, has your man ever told you, sina pesa, yet you can see him spend lavishly on himself and on others? It's a really strange predicament. I would think that you'd first spend on your wife before you spend on other people. But the response usually, sina pesa. Seeing all the bills are sorted, pesa yangu ile nimebaki nayo is for me to use the way I want. And I don't refuse. That is all well and good. But if your wife comes up in the middle of the month and tells you she needs a little bit more, you will say no, yet you're willing to spend even more than what your wife is asking for in clubs and bars, on your friends, even on mpango wa kandos. I'm telling you for a fact, I know of men who spend more on their mpango wa kandos than on their wives. And that's why yesterday when I was having this drink with this client, it did not really click for me. I did not understand his rationale. He tells his wife that he can't give her 20,000 bob to go for a rurashio in Kitale. Yet when a female colleague joined in, he spent about 18,000. Bottle of vodka, chakula, sijui taxi, sijui nini. You sit down and you wonder, Jesus is Lord. Your wife just asked you for money. You're willing to spend this money on someone you just met. Yet when it comes to the woman you share a bed with, you share a roof with, you share children with, you are not ready to spend that money. All of a sudden, pesa yangu ni yangu. It doesn't make sense. And I want to find out this morning, why are some married men so stingy? Kila time ukitishwa pesa, sina pesa. And ladies, has your man ever told you sina pesa? Yet you can see him spending lavishly on himself and on others. 0711 046 105. Talk to me.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm very well. Talk to me.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now,
Yes.
kwanza wachana na hii breed ya reflex hatuna pesa. Because they behave like it's a reflex. Like, give me money, Sina. I want you to talk about these other breed of men who are too controlling, well off, too controlling, in such a way that they want to see what you're doing with the every penny that they give you.
Every single coin?
Yes.
And you, when you ask him for money?
When you're asking for money, actually, what happened? I'm going to talk on my case. For my case, what has happened is that he has given me a card, a supplementary card that matches his credit card.
Yes.
So he doesn't even question the much that I spend. But let me tell you what, the receipts will be scrutinized, what you bought, and all that. Now the thing is,
yes,
sometimes you don't have cash, and you want to buy something that you cannot swipe the card. You tell him, nataka tuseme 5,000. Nilikupatia kadi. And then you tell him, no, where I am, I cannot swipe a card. Do you know he will send that money 3 days later?
3 days later?
3 days later. So it's good for women to have some money. Anyway.
Yes.
But for me, the money that I earn and the much that he earns, tuheshimiane. Yangu ni kidogo, acha tutumie yake, tusave yangu.
Haya, okay. Thank you for that,
Kaya, karibu.
Okay, let me contribute the debate. Hii mambo bwana, hii mambo eti mtu ana pesa. Sasa my question is, nitatoa 20,000 ya rorashio ama nitalipa bills, nilipie watoto school fees, ninunue chakula na yeye nimvalishe?
Let me explain. Yes. If you're saying huna pesa, why are you then on the flip side able to go that same 20,000 unanyima bibi, you can go and blow it with your friends in a bar?
Unajua, let me tell you kwanza. Siwezi enda kuokota mtu kwa barabara niende kumnunulia. Nitanunulia yule mtu mwenye ananunulia. So si eti lazima okay, wakati nimemnyima pesa ama nimemwambia sina pesa, it doesn't mean na mimi pocket money yangu sijiwekei. Rorashio, okay, tuseme ameamka leo ameniambia jioni ni rorashio. Everything unajua inaenda na budget. Kuna ile kitu tunaweza kaa chini tusongomze. Lakini mtu hawezi akakuja akwambie kesho unaenda rorashio. Surely Mike, put that shoes.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
Okay, thank you.
Well, keep calling. My number's 0711 046 105. Let's just be honest. For me, it doesn't make sense. This is the person you live with. Akikuitisha sina pesa, but when the other people look nje, tusichana hutu tukusumbua akili, you're already sending them pesas, you're already doing everything. And today, and I call it the Sina Pesa culture. Yeah? And don't get me wrong. You know, let me help you understand where I'm coming from with this. I do understand. There are times you are broke and you're broke. Yes. There's nothing wrong with being broke. It's a fact of life. This is Kenya. These are hard times. But you see, what I don't get is when you claim you are broke, when you tell your wife has asked you for money. You tell her, sina pesa. But you will rock into that house at 4 a.m, drunk as a fish. You've blown 20, 30,000 in a club or in a bar. You will say, sina pesa. And then a kandogondogo will get into your phone, Aki, oh, yes, you send me 5,000. You are texting and sending him pesas. And that's why I'm calling it a stingy culture. How are you so willing to spend lavishly on your friends in that bar, on these ndogondogos? And yet, your own wife, the person you live under the same roof, the mother of your children, the woman who cooks and cleans for you, has simply asked you, please M-Pesa me X amount of money, sina pesa. It's a really, really, in my head, an unfair way of treating with a woman you call your wife. Regardless of how you look at it. If you don't have, you don't have. And a man who doesn't have, we all know what they do. Akitoka kazi jioni, he will be home. He doesn't have money to go and spend. But when you tell your wife, I don't have the money, and you are over the weekend on a road trip heading to Naivasha to go drink with people, or you're busy Pesa-ing other women out there, or you're busy buying yourself fancy things, and you just said Sina Pesa. Come on, eh? Why are some married men so stingy? And I don't know what happens. Before you met this woman, before you married her, you were willing to spend anything she wants. Baby, I got you. I'll buy for you. What do you want? Have. Before you married her. When you were pursuing her, you would spend on her. The minute you married her, something changed. All of a sudden, Sina Pesa. 0711046105. That's my number. Ebu, talk to me.
Yeah, wanaume wenye huduma wa bibi zao pesa.
Yeah.
I think they are fools.
They are fools.
Yeah.
Why are they fools?
Kwa sababu they think ati vile unaenda ku spend na bibi mwingine. They think you cannot go and spend with another man.
Yeah.
The same way they did.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's true, because I know of men who spend so much more on their mpango wa kandos than they even spend on their wives.
But you know what? Mimi bwana yangu akakuwa na mpango wa kando. Huyo mpango wa kando mimi namroga. I even don't lie.
Guy, ati utamroga.
Yeah, so I'm from there, Kilimanjaro, close of Mount Kilimanjaro, near the border of Kenya and Tanzania.
Yes.
Itakuroga.
Aye.
Yeah, I don't lie, you go.
Okay.
But I'm lucky because nimeolewa na mtoto wa pasta.
So, my dear Buzzy, thank you so much for calling, eh?
Yeah, and today's my son's birthday.
Yeah, what's your son's name?
Please wish him a happy birthday. He's Joshua Nzioka.
Yes, I'll wish Joshua Nzioka a happy birthday.
Okay.
Morning to you.
Talk to me.
No, these men outside here, I don't know what they want. Before you become their wives, they spend a lot on you. You ask for this money, they don't even ask you what do you want to do, what do you want to spend.
They just give you.
Yeah, they just give you. For instance, I'm not married, but right now, if I want to buy a new dress, want to make my hair, I just contact one of the married guys who normally stalk me. But you see, if their wife asks for that money, they'll be asked, what do you want to do with the money? Do you know you'll not pay the rent?
That is
and when you're
very
giving
true.
me, you clearly know you didn't pay your rent.
Very, very true.
And when you're going out, right now, I can tell you one of the cheapest drinks I've ever taken when I'm out is whiskey, and because I've not bought it my money, and I've bought it married man's money. They can buy you anything you want as long as you're not their wives. They know after that you won't tell them, baby, jalipa rent, so you don't even understand them at all until I'm scared to get married. Let me just continue spending their money anyway.
Sawa. Have a good day, my dear.
You too, have a good day.
Are you hearing that? And you're telling me that I'm crazy. On Twitter here, people are telling me you're mad. I'm not mad. This is the truth. Your wife will want money for hair, Sina Pesa. The mpango wa kando wants money for hair, she's M-Pesa even excess. And go for drinks with your girls. Why are married men so stingy, ladies? And have they ever told you, you've asked your man for money and he said, Sina Pesa, yet you can see him spending lavishly on other people? Comments on 0711046105 on why it is the natural and reflex action to most married men today when their wives ask them for money is Sina Pesa. Let's just call a spade a spade. You know, sangine men, you sit down na unashangaa kwa nini unapinduliwa serikali. You're wondering why another man is getting more attention from your wife. Your role as a man is to provide for that woman. Period. Full stop. Wake up. So even if she comes to you on the 23rd, I get it if you're broke. If you're broke, I understand. I can understand because kama hauna, what are you going to do? You're not going to steal. But I'm talking about these men who say Sina Pesa, but you're going to see them in a club drinking. That person will blow a bill of 25, 30,000 at once. Oh yeah. The wife only said, Aki Baba, please give me 6,000. I go and do my hair. But you'll tell her, Sina Pesa. I really, really do not get the rationale behind that. 0711046105. Hey, talk to me.
No, I'm so much. I'm one of those guys who really don't give in, especially when it comes to things which are not on budget.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the issue here is 20,000 going for the ratio when you have school fees, bills to pay in the house.
No. You see, you're misunderstanding my point. Yeah.
I'm getting your point. What you're saying is
you've paid the bills.
This man is using money somewhere else.
Yes. You're willing,
no,
you're willing to spend money on other people, but your wife, it's always Sina Pesa.
This thing comes this way.
Mm-hmm.
You find this same lady who wants 20,000. You never know. She may be giving this man hard time in the house. It really happens.
But she's still your wife.
She can be the wife, but she is problematic. 20,000 for a ratio is really on the higher side.
But she's
going to pay dowry.
No. She's going all the way to Kitale from Nairobi. Yeah. So I don't know what the dynamics are. Maybe she needed money for fuel in that whatever. Akikuwa huko labda atalala mahali. You know, all of these things. It's not a lot of money.
Mike, let me tell you one thing.
Mm-hmm.
We men, we are the breadwinners in the family.
Yes.
You find a lady can earn even more than you.
Mm-hmm.
But her money is her money. Your money as a man is our money. True or false?
That does happen.
It happens. And when it happens like that, these ladies don't know the bills. You pay bills, all of them, including school fees for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then she comes on with 20,000 ratio money. You know, it needs to be budgeted. If it can be budgeted, well and good. But since it comes up, it crops up from nowhere, then there's an issue there.
Okay, so my brother, thank you so much for calling, eh?
It happens.